Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Vigil. I am playing Final Fantasy XIV. Last episode we did a seasonal side quest where we got the Amatsu gear. So next time that I'm in the inn again, I'm gonna put those in the armoire. And we also did a little bit of the main story where we learned that Kurthus is a bunch of assholes. A little bit. In any case. Who is this? Why is there a talk bubble over here? That's very weird. Just gonna talk to Alfie now. Level 40, could be a better weapon, but this is also still a dungeon weapon, so I doubt that it's gonna be better than this. Something troubles me something troubles me about that Wounded Knight's account. He claims he fell chasing a figure in the darkness, and he saw outside the eastern gate, yes? But the main road leads to the southern gate. Since we've arrived in Whiteburn Front, I've seen no travelers arrive by the eastern gate. Moreover, he said he glimpsed a silhouette illuminated by the light of the city, which would imply that the Inquisitor came from north of the eastern gate, not south. But it cannot be so. That way lies naught but a deep chasm. Assuming Sir Gelot is not misremembering, the Inquisitor's behavior that night makes absolutely no sense, at least to me. Mayhap retracing his steps will shed light on this mystery. Okay, so I guess I'll go this way then. So do we go into the chasm? We do. Alley-oop. I wanted to say alley-oop, but the game didn't allow me to alley-oop. I can from over here, though. Howee! This is really bad. This is really bad. This is really bad. This is really bad. Please leave me alone. Please do not attack me. Please. Oh god. Am I dead? Maybe. Self-healing. Only a tiny amount though. I may have potions in my inventory. I do, but it's not necessary, so I'm gonna just leave them. That would have been one stupid way to die. There we go. Okay. Interacting with the snow mound. Reveals the Inquisitor corpse. Okay. Oh my god. Oh, I thought I was gonna grab the corpse. Scroll contains what appears to be an official papal appointment to the position of Inquisitor. Oh my god. It was a fraud all along! Well, this Inquisitor in any case. I'm not sure when the Inquisitor was... I'm not sure when the Inquisitor was swapped, I guess. Well, that is something that I do not know. Nice fencing. What? Okay. You found something, didn't you? Well, don't keep me waiting in suspense. Let's see it. Given the contents of this encyclical, I have no idea how that's pronounced. I believe you have just made the acquaintance of the real Inquisitor Gion. Merely come to Kurthus and murdered on the day of his arrival. Yes, it would have been a simple thing to assume his identity, for even if he were to behave oddly, who would dare question the wisdom of a papal appointment? Still, while this is incontrovertible proof that the Inquisitor is an impostor, we have yet to discern his true identity, or why he has decided to oppose us. We must proceed quickly, then, before he learns that his deception has been discovered. Now, I think I'm gonna use this and see what I'm gonna get, if it's gonna be an improvement or not. It is not, as I expected. Even at a higher item level, well... I like the other one more. There's also just more damage in general, so... Let's see, any gear that's better? No, because I'm wearing this now. There's nothing, like, nothing is gonna be better until I get a lot farther in the game. Since Lord Relmont has already been turned against us, I fear that this encyclical alone will not serve to convince him of our claims. But what might persuade a man so quick to disregard the endorsements of two high houses? The cook did say that the Lord listens and respects the opinions of his knights. If a certain knight were to provide a testimony that supports our claim, yes, mayhaps that is the only way left for us. Confront Sir Gilot with the evidence you discovered and see if it helps him to recall the truth of that night. As a man of faith, he may find it difficult to cope with such a horrifying revelation. Nevertheless, we must do everything within our power to secure the enterprise. The Emperor tries. Yes. Blood. For blood. What is this, Bloodborne? Oh, you returned. Is there anything else you wanted to ask? The Inquisitor is an impostor? Don't be preposterous. That could not possibly be true. He's a paragon of virtue, a dedicated servant of the Fury. You have me believe that that is all a lie? If you are so certain that your ludicrous story is true, then go and speak with Sir Prunilla. She was at the Eastern Gate that night and she helped the Inquisitor carry me here, but I will never speak against the man who saved my life. Right, yep, over here. You! I do not believe I know you, madam. Pray move along, and trouble me no more. Are you in the habit of handing bloody documents to strangers? Why would you show me such a dreadful thing? I know naught of it, not at all. Slash doubt. Press X to doubt. Point that finger. You know, don't you, Fury take me. I prayed this day would come. When Sir Gilot gave chase, I followed close behind. It didn't fall. One of those Dravanian abominations lashed out at him, nearly killed him right there and then. Then and there, I drew my sword and rushed to his side, straining to see the enemy, but what came from the dark was not a beast but a voice. He knew things about me, about my family, secrets I had never told another. He said that if I kept his confidence, Sir Gilot and I would be spared, but if I defied him, everyone I loved would suffer unimaginable horrors before they died. When at last I agreed to his terms, the man came forward. His robes marked him as an inquisitor, but I knew him to be false. Together we carried Sir Gilot to the infirmary, and on his first night in Whitebrim Front, Inquisitor Guillaume was heralded as a hero. Soon after came the accusations. Countless men and women of good moral standing ceased whilst in possession of draconian rosaries. As I feared, he was condemning the innocents to death. I wanted to confess to Lord Relmont, wanted to put an end to this madness, but then I would remember the Inquisitor's threats, and so I did nothing until Lord Francel was accused. Some time ago, I followed the Inquisitor and found out that he kept draconian rosaries in a chest hidden somewhere southeast of Whitebrim Front. So I took several from his chest and planted them in the shipments bound for Skyfire Locks, as I hoped they were discovered and considered evidence of a conspiracy against House Helenard, thus exonerating Lord Francel and casting doubt on the other recent trials. And that is the entire truth, I swear. Alone forgive me for not acting sooner. Alright. So, now we must find a chest. Or, yeah. I really hate how this fort is laid out. The fact that the entrance is over here instead of over here really screws with me. The Rat King must die. Okay, looks like we're gonna have our. Looks like I'm gonna have my epic battle with the Rat King. Well, at some point in any case. It's gonna be a while before I get to this place, I think. Suspicious box. Box. Right. The brands of unbelievers and enemies of the Holy See. Draconian rosaries. Good old Durgans. The ancient war. Dragons versus man. Right, up the stairs we go. I'm just gonna drop these freaking rosaries in front of... Yeah, sure, it's definitely not gonna... Well, I guess I also have the Inquisitor stuff, so... Why do you persist in this folly? I will not grant you 3 access to the stone Vigil. Do not make me repeat myself. They're better be a very good explanation for why you were carrying these rosaries. And where did you find this papal encyclical? If you would take me. The Inquisitor is a heretic? Never before have I heard such an unbelievable tale, but this evidence in your testimony could have no other explanation. I've misjudged you and your friends, Lynn, and for that I deeply apologize. I will permit you to enter the outpost, but first, I must needs beg your assistance. Help me and my knights bring this infernal impostor to justice. Give me your money. That thrice-damned heretic has murdered countless innocents and made a mockery of our laws. Hell's take him and his Ravanian allies. I am told he makes for Snowcloak even now, intending to pass judgment upon yet another poor soul whom he has branded heretic. If we hurry, there may still be time to prevent further tragedy. Lend me your strength, Lynn. Together let us put an end to this impostor's heresy once and for all. I will acquiesce to your request. My boy. My dude. We will have to go all the way down here, though. I was about to say, which one is this? The Taste of Fear is another one of those, the book fates. But there's also a chance that a very rare fate can spawn over there. And since it was a blizzard, I was like, oh god. The thing that can spawn over here, by the way, is the Behemoth fate, which is level 50 fate. You can do that up until level 70 or something, and then you'll have to level sync. But yeah, it's a pretty big fate, and I'm not level 50, I don't have level 50 gear, so I don't think I'll be able to do much. It gives you some rewards. It gives you some Behemoth Horns, which you can turn in, which you can like trade for, I think, weapons and some glamour things. But that's not really that interesting to me. I'm going to avoid the gaze of this Baritime croc. And enter this thing. Wait, what did you say? Good to have you with us, miss. When Lord Drellmont arrives, we are to confront the Inquisitor. If he refuses to go quietly, we will need to use force. Are prepared for that eventuality? Ayaya. Ayaya! Ah, listen to those enemies spawn. You needn't tremble so, my child. The righteous shall enjoy everlasting peace in Alone's hall. Only the wicked. But why? Why must I die? By all that is holy, I swear to you that I've never questioned the teachings of Alone. Inquisitor, release the maid and come with us. My Lord Drellmont, what is the meaning of this interruption? You are aware that I am at present conducting an interrogation, are you not? Silence, villain. I name thee heretic, murderer of Inquisitor Guillaume and countless innocents. You are a traitor to Ishgard, to your own kith and kin. Your sins are beyond measure, beyond redemption. Oh? That freaking shrug. Ah, grave allegations indeed, but you will find your logic is flawed. How can I betray that which I owe no allegiance? No, Lord Drellmont, my conscience is quite clear, I assure you. I wonder, can you say the same? You whose hands are black with the blood of those whose only sin was to question your nation's crazed crusade? You speak to me of Ishgardian innocence? Ha! All are complicit in these crimes, for all live their lives by the Archbishop's lies. But I know you will not hear me, deafened by dogma as you are. If you desire retribution, Lord Drellmont, then come. Let us see how Ishgardian steel fares against Ravanian fang and claw. Ah, finally I can kick his ass. Inquisitor fuckface. Inquisitor fuckface. Yeah, sorry. I do really hate this dude though. This guy sucks. Rotten meat. Hello. There be ads. Wormhound. Nice. Let me go and get the attention of these boys and kill them. I can actually get Surging Tempest now. I forgot about that. If I use the AoEs instead, I can get Surging Tempest. Eye for an eye. What is this over here? Damage dealt is reduced. Ah, I see. Yes. There we go, the dudes can die. Ruin. I'm not gonna try to read these things that are happening in the battle because it's kind of difficult. Dragon's blood. Oh my god! I am reborn! Or you may have some beauty reborn, like me. Have you gone to... what's his name again? The other dude. I forgot his name. What is his name again? Crap. Yeah, I totally forgot. There's also a wyvern coming this way. Yoink. Yoink and boink. Let me go and use a rampart. Since there's a couple more enemies. No, no, it cannot be! Let me go and use a bazooka. There we go. And then kill the other wyverns. There we go. You're done! My glamour's dispelled. Your plans lie in ruin, heretic. Choose your words wisely, for they will be your last. Cough wheeze. You may not recall the many Earth's guardians I have sentenced, but the families of the dead will never forget. Blood has been repaid with blood, and for that I am content. My only regret is that you yet live. But your end is nigh, foreigner. The dragons within the stone Vigil will rend you asunder, and when you are dead, white-brimmed front shall fall. Defiant to the last, leave the body for the crows. His ilk deserves not better. Lynn, I must apologize for involving you in this sordid business. You should never have been asked to intervene in his guardian's affairs of state. Rest assured, I have not forgotten the matter, which first brought you into our midst. It is past time you were reunited with your airship. But this is not the place to discuss such matters. Pray visit me at White Brim Front and bring your associates. Okay. And thus, we run back. Look at this place. It has 4 dungeons! 2 of which are story related. And this is the Fort of Fear is one of the things, and then there's another quest in Horizon, which I need to go and accept to unlock another dungeon. Speaking of which, let me go and actually take a look. I think I remembered correctly in which order I'm supposed to do the dungeons. Yep, that is still correct. My memory has not failed me yet. I probably could have like auto-run while I did that. Come on, there we go. Middle mouse clicking is still very difficult on this mouse. I could use my other mouse, but it feels weird to play Final Fantasy XIV with a different mouse. It feels very sloppy. One of the many sloppy things. Question mark. Can I dye this armor? No. Would be cool though. It would be cool if I could color it. But no. Alright, Elfie, no. Where have you been then? The false inquisitor has been slain? Has he? Yes. Well, he was. His was a tale always like to end in bloodshed. Though you have overcome the latest in a long line of unfortunate impediments, I would ask you not to revel in your victory just yet. We can celebrate once we have secured the Enterprise. As I'm sure you will agree, it is past time we entered the Stone Vigil. Pay Lord Vilmont a visit and remind him of his obligations to us. Sid and I will follow along. Going back up the stairs. And again. And again. Hello. There's a chocobo in your face. Huh. We owe you all a great debt of gratitude. Had it not been for you, the heretics masquerading as Inquisitor Guillaume would still be among us. Feel free to prey upon the innocents. I see now that I was a fool to dismiss your claims out of hand. But you must understand, it seemed too much to hope that the Scions of the Seventh Dawn still lived, to say nothing of Master Garland. Never have I been happier to be proven wrong. Well, it is gratifying to know that someone has derived a measure of enjoyment from your error. Now, if you have no further objections, we would appreciate it if you would permit us to enter the Stone Vigil and retrieve our airship. Yes, of course. It is the very least I can do, given all that you have done for us. But entering the outpost is the least of your concerns, I fear. You speak of the Dovanians that now hold the ruin? In part, yes. I should explain. Shortly after you first arrived, I had my men scour the old records. They confirmed that an abandoned airship had been seized by the soldiers garrisoned at the Stone Vigil in the days following the calamity. As far as we have been able to ascertain, it was still in their custody when the outpost was overrun by the dragons. Whether it was damaged or destroyed during the battle, I cannot say, nor can I give you any assurances that it has not been removed in the intervening years. For far too long, the ruin has served as a Dravanian foothold in Cursus, from which they have struck out at us with depressing regularity. Though we have pushed them back behind the walls, we have as yet been unable to drive them out, and I cannot say when the situation will change. Or how it will change. Forgive me, Lord Drillmont, but there is no guarantee that you will prevail. In any event, we have not the time to wait. We will secure our property without Ishgardian aid. I see. Well, that may be for the best. I will inform Sir Nethalane of your impending visit. Impeding visit. May alone guide you. Silence. Sorry. Words are sometimes very difficult. I do have some pretty freaking decent gear. The only thing that I need is like better accessories. Because my accessories are kind of shitty. I need better accessories and maybe a better chainmail, like a better body piece, but I might level up to level 50 soonish. And then I definitely need a new weapon also. So in the end, I'm going to need a lot of gear. So I'm at least going to get like one piece of gear from the next dungeon. But if it's gonna be the piece of gear that I need, like the body type or the weapon, that is not guaranteed. And you don't get accessories from beating a boss, I think. This is a pretty decent one though, the brand new ring is really good. But the rest is kind of eh. Why are you attacking me? What is wrong with you? What's wrong with these dang dragons? Get out of my face! So, just like most dungeons, I would say, the Stone Vigil has also changed a tiny bit, the bosses especially. You said something that I didn't read. Haelin, Lord Drillamont has apprised me of the situation. You may enter the Stone Vigil whensoever you will. Right. Okay, let's go and remember that I have to do... I have to use food, first and foremost. Let me see... okay. My food. Let me go and sort my inventory again. Oh boy. What a bloody mess. I'll go and use that once I'm in the dungeon though, because who knows how long I'll be waiting. There we go. Alright my friends, I will, I guess, meet you guys back here once this queue pops. It can either be really fast or it's gonna take me 20 minutes. Okay. We are ready. Licked party. Let me go and send my greetings in the chat. This dungeon, I will definitely say that for a story dungeon, this dungeon hits pretty freaking hard. The enemies in here are pretty dang nasty, so we'll have to see how that is going to go. There we go. Alright. Let's do it. No other sprouts, just me. I am the only sprout in this particular team. I'm still gonna pull as much as I usually do. We'll see how it goes. I think I'm gonna pull this encounter still, then use Rampart and then get the enemies. I could continue. There's another encounter that I could pick up, but that's gonna get me killed. Definitely. I think even if I have some pretty good gear on, even then, these enemies are fucking insane. They're a little bit bonkers. I think I can take this encounter too. Alright. There we go, I'm going to use another cooldown. As I am wont to do. Since I am a freaking tank. I'm also going to use Thrill of Battle to heal a little bit. I can see that the bard is wearing the armor that we got 2 episodes ago. Right. There's even more. And the stupid dragon who keeps hitting us. Right. It's just these two enemies there. I could have technically pulled these ones also, but whatever. Whatever. There we go. Alright, first boss time. This boss is a little bit weird. So he has a cleave, I think, if I remember quite right. Lion's Breath, yep. That's a cleave. You can technically avoid this if you get behind him fast enough, but the problem is that you don't have a lot of time. Swinge is an attack that attacks, I think, in a cone in front of him. The same as with this one. You can avoid them if you can get behind them. Swinge is relatively easy to avoid, but Lion's Breath is... I guess I can try next time, but it's really difficult. Now we also have Rake, which is just a high hitting attack. Oh lord. Right. So as you can see, at certain HP values, he's gonna move around and then you switch. So it's a good idea to just get behind him. And then you'll be safe. When he hits you with Swinge, it's gonna hit you with, I think, another debuff, so... Probably wanna not get hit by that. Didn't avoid it. I tried. If I go inside of here, I still get hit. Yeah, no, there's no way. There's no bloody way. Wyvern Spear, that is a Dragoon weapon, or Lancer weapon, which I do not need. Right. And thus we venture forth into the Stone Vigil. I used to call it the Stone Virgil for some kind of reason. Do not know why, but I did. Right, let me go and get these boys, and I'm gonna get the next encounter over here, and that's all I'm gonna be pulling. And yet again. Nice. We're also going to use Reprisal to lower the damage even more. I may die. I also have Home Gang, technically. I'm just keeping my mouse hovered over my Home Gang button. It's fine though. The combination of Rampart and Reprisal did a pretty good job. The thing that makes this also kind of nasty is that the tools that healers have at this point are not particularly amazing. Right, we also have that Evis coming this way. Evis! Get over here. Also, that white mage ran out of MP. I'm gonna wait for a sec. Give them a moment to regenerate their MP. Because otherwise, I am going to run into issues. Alright, there will be some ice sprites in the middle over here. This much I do remember. Yeah. Pulling ranged enemies is a pain in the butt because they attack at range. Ooh, the Stunky. So you kind of gotta pull enemies towards them usually. Right, yet again. Using Reprisal and like while also using another cooldown. I hope that I dodged that. I think so. There we go. Now I'm thinking about it, I forgot to eat my food. So I didn't get an XP bonus for that first encounter. Which is a little bit shitty. I'm gonna wait for person number 3. Or number... well, I guess number 3, yeah. So this boss has been totally changed from what it used to be. It used to be very annoying, so I like the changes, honestly. Let me go move over here, because I don't want you to get cleaved. This symbol is a symbol of a tank buster. I think I explained it earlier, because you've seen it earlier too. But that is like the basic symbol for a tank buster. In a lot of the more difficult fights, you don't get this symbol, you just get hit. Alright, then we get Typhoon. Now he's going to spawn tornadoes, and there's going to be a safe spot. They can stand it. Otherwise, I think you just get hit with Windburn. As you will see. Nope, you get flung into the air like in another battle later in the game. Okay. I also like how this white mage is using Cure 3, although it doesn't really do what you'd expect it to do. We'll explain all of that stuff once we get to white mage. Alright. We go and dodge over this way, and then go over this way. We're also going to use another cooldown, because why not? That's a little bit annoying. Oh well, I'll take the Fang Burst without a cooldown, it's fine. Yeah, doesn't do that much damage. This also is like minimum item level. Like, this is not the most difficult way that you can do everything in this game, so it's fine. Let's see. The identical freaking maneuver as before. Let's see. That's both Disciple of Magic stuff. Cool. We don't even have, like, aside from the healer, we don't even have a person who is a Disciple of Magic, so... I wish the loot would, like, change depending on which people are in the actual duty. You know what? I think this is fine. I think this is more than fine. Normally I'd pull more, but I don't have perfect gear. And this healer, they're good. They're fine, but they're not amazing. But at the same time, your tool kit at this point of the game also is not amazing, so... Kind of want to get the chest, but I'm not gonna do that. I guess I could have technically asked if I could get the chest, but whatever. It's fine though, I'll get more than enough gear at a later point. Home gang? I'll use a home gang for a second. That's fine. I'm invincible for a moment, huh? I'm gonna die, I think. No? Oh my lord! How am I still alive? Because I'm properly using my cooldowns, that's why. Or that is how. To be precise. Let's open the gates. And watch the cutscene. Watch the cutscene unfold. Look, it's the Enterprise. This cutscene used to be really long. Yes, just beyond that enormous sleeping dragon. The dragon is not our concern. We have come for the airship and only the airship. Sid, you and I will sneak aboard the Enterprise and prepare for it for launch. Lynn, you stay here and keep an eye on the beast. If it wakes, we need you to provide a distraction until we are ready to depart. You can manage that, can't you? That settles it then, shall we, Sid? As you command. Hello, friend. So you mean to slay Garuda next? Interesting. Most interesting. And you're aware that her strength greatly exceeds that of your previous primal conquest, a testament to the fanatical devotion of her followers. The Ixal are nothing if not zealous. In spite of your past achievements, I labor to believe that you will best this foe. Yet only a fool would underestimate the great bringer of light, slayer of Ifrit, bane of Titan. If any mortal is capable of defeating the Lady of the Vortex, it is you. Win or lose, the battle should at least make for an interesting spectacle, assuming, of course, you live that long. Elfino the dragon. Confound it all. Let us see how well your blasphemous gifts serve you this time, Crystal Bearer. Alright. Here we go. I'm here. I am here. My apologies. So this boss also has changed. It used to actually be a lot more complicated. So this Rhyme Breathe, which is just an AoE, just straight wide, everybody gets hit. Frost Breath, which is a cone in front of him. Ow. Christ. And now he does a dash attack, which is very easily telegraphed and avoided. He used to do multiple, and he used to also do something else with it. He also used to land on the main tank, or just the tank. Well, now he just lands in the middle, so. Tiny, tiny details. Another Frost Breath, that's gonna hurt. Sheet of Ice. It's a little AoE on somebody. Now, it used to actually keep like an ice puddle, but now it just disappears. So the thing that would happen at this point is that you would actually have to think about where you put these ice puddles. Actually, it's not now. I guess there's another one after this. Yeah. There will be another one of these after this, and then you would originally have to like be careful where you place down these ice puddles, because otherwise you would kind of block your way to avoid the dashes, but now it just disappears, so it's not as interesting in my opinion. Another Rhyme Breathe. Another Frost Breath. Another Sheath of Ice. And I think it's gonna start flying in a moment again. There we go. So first we get hit with the Sheets of Ice. One, and then another one. And then it's gonna be 2 dashes, I think. What is the weather over here? Darkness! And that is basically all that this battle has to offer. Nothing more. Cool. Of course my combat would just end at that point. Oh man, another rhyme raid. And then we get a melee LB2. There we go. Boom. Da-dee-oh-beep-ba-doo. Aha. And now we get loot. Well, I guess I cannot... Guess I cannot comment anybody because they all left. Like a bunch of impatient, just people, really. Everybody... Well, I can understand just wanting to leave. But they didn't get their freaking player commendation, though. I got 2 of them, though. Which is interesting. Well, I guess I wasn't bad, so... I played pretty decently. Huh? Huh? Oh, what? Oh, another crystal. Crystals, of course. Totally forgot about these things. Running through my head, running through my head. Crystals through my head. They're in my head. Oh my god, they're in my head. Alright. After this, only one more. I wonder who's gonna give us the final crystal, guys. Can you guess? Can't wait until I can change your eyes. Right. Lynn, are you alright? Speak to me. Smile. 12 be praised. I feared the beast that injured you. I see now why others rated you so highly. When you were caught in the midst of that etheric bubble with the dragon, I was all but certain my next mission would be to find a new champion. Thank the gods for sparing me that inconvenience. Wow! I've quite enough to do already, which reminds me, Sid is working on the Enterprise as we speak. Let us go and see what he has to say. That was a dick freaking statement right there. Holy crap. Savage. What say you, Sid? Will she fly? Yes, though it will not be a pleasant ride. Well, I dare say it will be no more unpleasant than staying here. 'Tis a pity that the Enterprise is not in a better state, but if you will allow us to quit this place, I shall not complain. If you're all in agreement, let us return to Gridania. Though I would like nothing more than to set course for the Howling Eye, it is plain that the Enterprise is in no condition to weather the storm. She must needs be repaired if we are to proceed with our mission. Must needs. My favorite word from this game. Turning that key. This is also familiar. I know this airship. If I could just... If I could turn back time. Bah, it's no use. Let's go. I like how they're actually crouching this time when they're going to fly. But at any other moment, they don't crouch. They just stand there, power stancing, and not falling off of the airship. It's interesting. Well, it's a fantasy game for a reason, I guess. Back to Gridania. Now, what did I get from that dungeon? I got this summoner book and these crappy pants. Wow, no upgrades. Cool. Ah, how I've longed for a more agreeable climate than the 12th Wood. Or... Did I? How I've longed for the more agreeable climate of the 12th Wood, I see, okay. Yet I will not deny that the Holy See had its charms. Endless detours aside, our Asgardian jaunt proved quite an adventure. Alas, our work is far from done. We still have an airship to repair and a primal to slay. No rest for the heroic, eh? Mount speed in Curse's Central Highlands has increased. Let me see. Anything interesting? No. And no. Not really. It calls me to look at her. It's as though I've been reunited with a part of me I never knew I was missing. Highly surprising. You did design and build her. Well, I'm just going to just get my cursor out of the middle of the screen. I bear good news. The Seed Seers have granted our request to house the Enterprise. We may take as long as we require to repair her. Of course, it would be rank folly to take one moment more than we require. Garuda, lest we forget, grows stronger by the hour. If we are to have any hope of wresting this benighted realm from our talents, it must needs be soon. Though I am no expert on the workings of an airship, it seems plain to me that the Enterprise suffered much from her time in the wilderness. Am I not correct, Sid? You are. Frankly, it's a miracle she carried us this far. As you know, the Howling Eye is encircled by a raging tempest, apt to turn proud trees to matchwood. Our battle will end before it begins if the Enterprise cannot weather the storm. Given time, I believe I can fully repair her. But if this tempest is as fearsome as you say, even that may not be enough. Confound it, there must be a way. A way to brave the fury of the elements. The elements? But of course, that's it. We work upon the element itself. Using the power of a corrupted crystal, we should clear a path to the storm and spare the Enterprise a battering. I see you propose to utilize the properties of a crystal to alter the elemental aspects of the barrier. It seems so childishly simple in retrospect. Though mayhap not to you, Lin, we may speak of manifestations of over-aspected ether that can be found throughout Eorzea. Since the calamity disrupted the land's etheric currents, such crystals have become comparatively commonplace, which has been the cause of great woe, as they are known to warp etheric energies, including those of living organisms. The point is we could theoretically use a corrupted crystal to convert the wind-aspected ether compromising Garuda's barrier into ether of another aspect, one she cannot control. With certain modifications, the Enterprise should be able to deliver us to the Howling Eye in comfort, however hard Garuda blows. Oh my. We are getting ahead of ourselves. All of this rests upon our ability to procure a crystal with the necessary properties. Have you any idea where we might acquire one? No, but I know a man who might. A scholar by the name of Lambertaint. Lambertaint. Who resides in Camp Drybone. Strange as it may sound, I met him during my time at the church. Well, Marcus met him, I suppose. Whether out of pity or for want of a more willing listener, he would talk to me for hours at a time about his etheric studies, corrupted crystals being his pet subject. It was as a result of these conversations that poor Marcus was observed to possess an uncommon knack for theoretical science. Lin, I need you to return to Thanalan and seek out a scholar. Sid and I will remain to set about repairing the Enterprise in your absence. We will do that in the next episode. So yeah, that's gonna be it for this episode. I do think that... My god, look at all this freaking quests! Oh, Seeking Solace is gonna unlock the Beast Tribe quests. Well, once again, we're gonna do that stuff later on, I think. So I hope you enjoyed this episode of This. I was playing Final Fantasy XIV, and next episode, before we continue with the main story, we are going to try our hand at 2 more dungeons. Goodbye.